bill still waiting to come out of committee. It's sort of a companion bill to something that passed the previous Congress on the right to self-organization. So in a way, we're trying to amend or revise the Philippine Labor Code. Not omnibus, but piecemeal through legislation. Ito naman, security of tenure. So it seeks to place a cap of originally 10%, now 20% of the plantilla of companies that can be contracted out. And then provides for labor standards, even for those 20%. Also to protect the legitimate contractors, kasi there are illegal ones that DOLE hasn't weeded out to give contracting a bad name. Pero hindi pa lumalabas yung committee report, and I've heard even from our business friends who are in different chambers of commerce locally, and we get copies of the communications from foreign chambers of commerce, maraming concerns na sabi ko lang sa kanila, we're in constant consultation with different stakeholders, at kung mapapansin nyo yung aming labor federations haven't even asked for a wage increase in the past years. They're really looking towards non-wage benefits to make up a package so that they'll be assured of work, not dole-outs, work, and then they'll have the buying power to buy the products, pay for the services their families need to live. And we're in constant consultation with them as well, so we can share with them the concerns of itong mga chambers. So that hopefully, but medyo manipis na yung pag-asa namin na mailalabas pa ito sa 14th Congress. It's moving slowly, coming out of committee to plenary. Pero sana, kapag mailabas pa siya, kung hindi man itong 14th, sa next, sa 15th Congress, then it can reflect to a certain degree the interest of the
Congresswoman, yung latest department order, you just need 2 or 4 people to organize a union. So what kind of enhancement pa ba yung kailangan sa... Kasi basically, DOLE has made it very easy for employees to self-organize.
In terms of executive issuances like that, but in actual fact, makikita mo, nagsishrink talaga yung base ng organized labor, toots no slits. And there hasn't been a single strike recorded by DOLE in the last couple of years. So ganun kahirap talaga. The labor movement has been forced to rethink ano yung basis for, hindi lang basis, ano yung principle for organizing niya. Kasi habang kumakalat yung contractualization, it's not just a disincentive, but it creates an environment where it is less possible to form unions, let alone exercise the other rights of labor founded on that right. So, ayun, on paper, DOLE is making it easier, but actually, it's not able to meet the demands or the interests of labor under the present conditions of the global economy. Then you were also asking about employment para sa amin sa Akbayan, and definitely para sa platform na binubuo sa slate kung saan kami bahagi kina Noy at Mar. In fact, employment will be the first major pillar. So, titignan hindi lang yung how do we generate jobs and sustainable jobs in the industrial, long neglected, almost disappeared industrial sector. And there's revisiting that can happen. Siyempre, we're decades away from Filipino First Policy, yung mga industries noon na ako naalala ko pa, pagkabata ko, umuusbong yan textiles, steel, coconut, coffee, etc. Pero baka not all is lost, even if in the past, under the past administrations, we followed the global design of the Bretton Woods institutions. Baka may ilang selected industries na pwede pang balikan, i-revive, palakasin, where we may still have globally a competitive advantage. So kailangan pag-aralan yun. So these may need to be protected in certain ways for a certain time period. Yung iba, hayaan na mag-compete talaga sa global economy. Sa agri, ang dami pa nating pwedeng i-generate na trabaho doon. That would have to come with reviewing our trade policies, strengthening our trade negotiating positions again sa GATT WTO, giving the necessary support to producers in the agricultural sector, generating jobs. Sa services, okay, we have BPOs, we have call centers, pero baka marami pang, or may ilan pang pwedeng supportahan i-develop, again, to generate jobs. So overall, I think there are a lot of spaces yet in our economy where we can and should find places that people can get a job or make a living. So entrepreneurs, isa pang importanteng bahagi.
A follow-up question on the area of productivity. During the time of Ramos, may special emphasis siya to increase our productivity vis-a-vis our ASEAN neighbors.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, during the time of ERAP and Gloria, na-set aside yun eh. Is it part of your platform or the Liberal Party to once again focus on productivity?
It will have to be. Kasi para buksan pa yung space for further social reforms, including asset reform, including greater equity in the economy, then we do have to make the pie bigger and more meaty so that there's more of substance to redistribute and for all the citizens to share. So definitely that would have to be part of it. And konektado naman siguro yan if we generate more and quality employment with a degree of security to it for the employees. That should be an element to an incentive for greater productivity across industries or across sectors of the economy.
Last na lang. At least on that subject.
Or not.
Tapos lipat naman tayo, ha?
Hindi, kasi you mentioned kanina on the aspect of security of tenure and employment. And I understand your group, they are more on protection of laborers.
Yes.
But we have to address also the concerns of investors and would-be entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Because our present labor code, it's very strong on the protection of labor. And it is designed for industrialized countries. Okay, so if you are a new investor, then or you belong to the SMEs, diba? Some of the provisions there is, kumbaga, it would not encourage you to to have your own business unless otherwise part ka ng underground economy.
Actually, our labor code is in fact quite archaic. It's decades old and it hasn't been really revisited or revised in a comprehensive way. Piecemeal lang nga eh. Kahit kami, we're limited to that right now. And since it's archaic, it wasn't really designed yet for an industrialized country. Maybe nung nangangarap pa tayo mag-industrialize noon. And it's very strong on labor rights, again, on paper. Pero yung enforcement na yun ay palagay ko na, unfortunately, napaka-spotty, napaka-uneven. I lost my train of thought there. So, having said that, I'll repeat something I mentioned earlier, that of course we have to consider the interests of all the stakeholders in this field called employment. And I think even I would hazard a guess that even the labor federations would be willing to participate in a review like that. In fact, at the start of this 14th Congress, 2007, yung labor partners namin, Alliance of Progressive Labor, Confederation of Independent Unions in the Public Sector, paid a courtesy call on the House Labor Committee Chairman, Marty Gunigundo. And one of the things he said in that call, which they really warmed up to, was that he wanted to produce a labor and employment policy for the 21st century. Sabi nila, call kami dyan. Initiate it with all the stakeholders, not just labor, we will participate. So interesado, meron silang desire for that, and they express their commitment to participate in such a process. May isa pang bahagi ng tanong mo na gusto ko sana I don't think it's our labor code that is preventing more and better investors, including mga foreign direct investors, from coming in. Even the studies of the business organizations here say it's not that, it's not the inability to own land that is a disincentive to them. It's really a very unpredictable policy environment. It's the terrible corruption It's the red tape, the bureaucracy, even the law, peace and order situation. So many other factors, not only and not